Warning: if you fear ghosts, spirits, or the afterlife, do not watch this program.
Join us on Behind the Shadows as we investigate the paranormal claims at the Eagle House. Built in 1827 by Ozell Smith, the Eagle House is one of the longest-running establishments still in existence today. Historians believe Ozell Smith used tunnels under the building to assist in the Underground Railroad. During this time, Ozell Smith also had owned the Old Red Mill, and using connecting tunnels, slaves would pass safely from the Eagle House on Main Street back through the mill and out to what is now Glen Park. Many people have come forward with claims of paranormal activity experienced at the Eagle House. These experiences include objects being moved on their own, disembodied voices, and even full apparitions walking the premises. The employees here believe the activity is in connection to the tunnels used in the Underground Railroad that still exists in the basement of the Eagle House to this day.
Okay, we're standing out behind of the Eagle House where we are getting ready to start our investigation tonight. They do still have a dinner service going on, so we're trying to stay out of their way the best that we can. But I am joined here by Carolyn Schlifke with the Williamsville Historical Society. Thank you very much for joining us, Carolyn.
You're very welcome.
And if you could just give us a little history of the Eagle House itself.
Okay. The Eagle House was built by Ozell Smith. He was a very experienced woodman, and he did all the work inside and everything. And it's been here for many, many years. It was a stagecoach stop for people coming out this area on the stagecoach on their way to either Batavia or going back into Buffalo. And there was a rumor at one time that there was a tunnel in the basement.
Yes.
And the slaves would come out here, and they would let them go through the tunnel, exit out into Glen Park, and then go on their way to Canada, and perhaps stopping at safe houses along the way.
And that has a lot to do with why we're here. A lot of the activity experienced at the Eagle House is believed to have connections with some of the slaves that would have been here during the time of the Underground Railroad.
Absolutely.
Now, that also leads us into the other part of our investigation here tonight, which is the Williamsville water mill that is right back behind us. Now, this is probably the oldest structure in Williamsville.
I would say pretty close.
And right from the top of the building, we can see it's 1811 it was built, right? So this was 1811, a year before the War 1812. Now, everybody knows how the British came in and burned down Buffalo, but why wasn't it, why did the mill survive this
Well, because
British invasion.
We had the American soldiers here who were garrisoned up on a road down Main Street on Garrison Road. Also, their cemetery.
So basically, all of Williamsville would have survived the
That's right.
British burning down Buffalo.
That's right. They didn't burn down Williamsville. Jonas Williams built that building.
Okay.
And that's what we're named after. We're named
Williamsville.
After, yeah. That's why we have the name of Williamsville. But he only owned it for about 7 or 8 years, and then he sold it to Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie Smith.
That's
now,
right.
This is again Ozzie Smith at the time of the Underground Railroad, who owned the Eagle House.
That's right.
That same time, he also owned the mill.
That's
and
right.
many people in Williamsville believe that the Underground Railroad would have taken these slaves back from the Eagle House, from what would have been Main Street,
Yes.
underground through the mill, and
That's
out
right.
through what is Glen Park,
What is
back
going
into
to-
the woods
absolutely,
to escape any
absolutely.
people coming in front of the
It's
door.
all built out of stone, and then perhaps there's a tunnel there. I've never seen it documented, but there was a tunnel out of the mill. But I'm sure that that's what this area was for.
All right, so we are standing out back at the Eagle House with Jason, who's a bartender here. Jason's going to take us through a walk through the building and actually show us firsthand some of the encounters that are in question here as far as the activity here at the Eagle House.
One of the other bartenders, Ashley, was downstairs with another guy, Matt, who works here, and they took this picture, and it's of a brick tunnel that used to lead to part of the Underground Railroad, and
Okay.
there is clearly this girl in the bricks. You can see her face, shoulders, head, dress. I mean, there's even, you can see like shoes. So our owner, Bud, he was down at the bar having dinner with a couple of friends, came up the stairs following a guy in a military uniform, walked down this hall straight into the bathroom, followed the guy into the bathroom. When the door opened, he wasn't there.
So this would be a full
Full
apparition.
body, military uniform, like there was definitely somebody walking. And then, so he goes out, gets out of the bathroom, goes back downstairs to tell his friends what happened. They're like, no, the guy just went right down the stairs out the front door. This right here is the exact wall that picture was taken on. She was standing probably right about here, and this is the exact
This is the
wall
archway.
here. Yep, this is the archway. You can see in the picture, this is right where the girl was, right on those stones. And then our day bartender, Pam, was coming down here to get all her liquor and beer to restock up in the morning, and this blue cooler here came out from the wall and started rolling down the hallway at her. Now, as you can tell, I mean, the floor is not severely slanted, so this thing should not have just come out and started rolling. This thing's pretty.
Was it in the same spot
Yep,
where it is
it's
now?
right here,
It's
yep.
tucked behind this.
It's tucked behind this pole, and she said that it came out, which, I mean, I can out and down. So, I think that's pretty good. And this is a pretty
Pretty
cumbersome.
significant, and the wheels in the front don't even
Yeah,
turn
the wheels
that way.
don't turn. So the dishwasher was coming down here to lock up. The other dishwasher, he thought, was in front of him. Saw the guy come down here and walk straight through this cooler door. Not even open anything, walked right into it. And then not too much longer, there was a psychic that came through here, and she was coming down reading the whole restaurant. And when she got to this point, she would not go any further. She would not go back down this hallway.
Did she say why? Or?
Nope, she just said I can't. She said the hairs are standing up on my arms. She said I can't go any further. That's a pretty. I don't know what you want to call it. It's pretty interesting.
It's pretty significant. It's essentially the same spot. That,
Exact same spot.
The cook, the
Yeah.
dishwasher, and the bartender both had these experiences
Well,
over here.
the dishwasher, like I walked through here, Pam with this cooler, and the girl and the bricks right there. I mean, this is only a 10 by 10 area. It's not that big, so.
Yeah. After a while, it starts to become not a coincidence. You know.
Exactly.
So now there's other ties to Underground Railroad. And
Yes.
Tunnels that actually travel from underneath the Eagle House.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you show us where the entrance was?
Yeah,
Where the
well,
tunnel?
this was one tunnel, and actually this was extended. This was the end of it. It started at the back of the building.
All right, we are with Doug Richardson here, who is a village employee in the village of Williamsville. Now, Doug, you were telling me about this actual cave system that is here under the Eagle House in this part of Williamsville, and you said that you actually know of a spot where this actually comes out.
Right. When I was a kid, I grew up on Mill Street and always lived in the village. And right over here, I don't know if you can see it, there's some stones. They filled it in It takes us in from the Eagle House, which is over this way. It runs underneath the road, over to this spot right here, and then it goes straight down to about 2 blocks to a cemetery, and then it ends somewhere down there. There's about 5 or 6 houses that are connected to the tunnel that go behind this building over here, and it goes right through to the cemetery.
All right, so we're just about minutes away from going inside the old Red Mill here in Williamsville, New York. And I'm joined right next to me to my left by Rob Meeser. Now, the Meeser family owns what is the Amherst Beast, a local newspaper here in Williamsville. This paper's been around since 1875, almost as long as the old Red Mill and the Eagle House. So if anything's really happened in Williamsville, it's definitely been documented throughout the Amherst Beast. So we're very, very honored to have Rob Meeser from the Amherst Beast here on our investigation tonight to help us out with a little bit of the facts and stuff from Williamsville's history. Now, right next to Rob, we are joined again by Lynn Checkeye. Lynn did a great job here with us investigating with the Greater Western New York Paranormal Society, and I think we're going to see a little bit more of Lynn here with some future investigations. Correct?
Sounds good.
Okay, so Dan and I are just getting ready to go inside the building here to get some base readings of the location for different temperatures and electromagnetic fields. So if something was to happen throughout the course of the night that it differs from our original readings, it might just be something that is considered paranormal. So you ready to go inside the building, Dan? Okay. All right. All right, so we're right here in the entrance of the mill. I just want to do a quick EVP session just to see if we can start anything here. All right, so we are recording EVP session number 1 at the old Red Mill. So I wanted to introduce ourselves. My name is Cameron. This is Daniel. We would like to see if we can communicate with any spirits that might be here at the mill here tonight. We do wish to work with you to let some of the activity that we believe is here to be shown. So if you don't mind coming through and speaking to us, we would like to know who you are and what your name is. Is there anybody here with us? We invite you to step forward and speak with us. Over here. In the corner. Here, get the equipment. I saw something move over here.
That's what the movie thought he saw something over here too.
It was like back in this corner behind you. Back behind you.
We're gonna put these 2 pieces of equipment here on the ground. If you are here, if you touch one of these pieces of equipment that we're putting on the ground, it's gonna let us know that you're here. You can stand on it, put your hand on it. Just it'll help give us a sign and give us an answer as to why you're here, and see if there's something we can do to help you. Again, if you're here, come and touch our machines on the floor. Make the lights turn on. Don't be afraid. We're here to try to help you. We want to get some answers.
Is there anybody still here from the Underground Railroad? Right behind me is an array of antiques from the Williamsville Historical Society. All of them have been tagged and numbered, but everything here is very, very old and has recently been put in here. And only days from now, they are going to start renovating the old mill. So we are very lucky to be let inside the building. But I want to get a reading on all these artifacts and see if we can.
It might be the last time it's like this, right? They're turning it into a hotel, right?
Absolutely. That is a really old bike. An old G.W.N.Y.P.S, maybe? We are getting zeros. I'm getting zeros.
Cam, you're gonna go down first? Be careful. Yo, look at this down here.
So yeah, see how there's those bars in the window?
I'm getting some spikes of about 0.3. It just went away. Yep.
And this is the part of the Underground Railroad. They'd hide the slaves under here, and then when it was safe, the slaves would run out the back into the park. Yeah.
This camera just keeps going out. I'm gonna go back down in the basement and check it. Cause it's gone out a couple times and the cord's been undone every time we go down there. So.
I watched the camera attach it because it happened the first time I went down there.
What happened?
I watched them attach it. We walked by when we first went down there. It was unattached. We just thought it was like no one attached it in the first place, but
Here's the first connection.
I watched them reattach it.
This one seems to be okay.
It was the one in the hallway right in the middle here.
Dude, come on. Look at this shit.
Doesn't that lock in?
Yeah, I mean, this has to actually be pushed in and locked for the camera to work.
And it's taped down. It's not like anyone's tripping over it. It wouldn't pull it out anyways.
It's like the second time this has happened. This is freaky, dude. Check the other one, just to make sure. Yo, and this is right where everybody keeps saying they see these ghosts, like right down in this section where they don't.
Maybe
See, look at it.
filming them.
It's on again, so. It's weird, dude. It's really weird. Hopefully it stays on this time.
This is the hallway where this blue bin right here was pulled out too physically.
Right here.
Where the wheels that don't turn got pulled out and then rolled down the hallway.
There's no way. I mean, it's against the wall. Nobody's tripping over it. So.
No.
Weird. Over here. Look at that. I'm getting pretty high readings. Right? Yeah, like right here. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
You're gonna talk too. Yeah. We're down here in the basement in this old archway. It used to be used for the Underground Railroad. There's been some pictures taken where they've seen anomalies, a picture of that what looked like a woman. What we're going to do is try to summon them. We've placed a device down on the floor here. If you touch this device, we're going to know that you're here, and you'll be able to communicate with us. If there's anybody here with us, please let your presence be known. Make a noise. Touch our device, please. Very good. You see it going up? Can you make that go all the way up to the red? There's a couple more lights. Really use some energy. It's like something just sat down there or just started standing there. It's not leaving. You know, all out of the blue.
It's like in that general area, huh?
You know, something just like right here. It's definitely picking something up like right in this area right here. See that? Like something's here with us.
Hello? Did you just hear metal on metal? Like somebody dropping a piece of metal? No? I can't see anything. You got your K2? Have you got any spikes in that K2?
Nope, none whatsoever.
None whatsoever?
Nope. Not since we entered the building.
Okay.
I had some outside the building.
Okay. Where were you? Were you got?
Just right against that like stone wall.
Looks like the spot seems quiet in here. I'm gonna sit down real quick. Nice and quiet. Alright, so we're all upstairs at the water bill, and I got my audio recorder going. We want to invite any spirits that might be in the building to communicate with us here. So we do want to invite you into our circle. Please let us be aware of your presence.
Seems quiet.
Seems very quiet. Is there anybody here that would like to speak with us? What happened?
It just went off all the way up to the orange.
It went off the bit to orange?
Yeah, it went off big time.
I mean, that's pretty significant because, I mean, even when Dan and I were in here, there was nothing. There's no EMF up here. There was a base reading of 0.0. And the only spike that we got was down where the...
It wasn't one, it was like 2, 3.
Okay. Whoa, did you see that?
No,
Did you see that?
I think so.
You saw, right? It went up at least 3. That's
Yeah.
basically... Oh, there's another bleep. Did you see it? Okay. So we are aware that you are here in the room. Now please see if you can communicate with us and answer some questions for me. We want to give you an opportunity to speak with us, and we let your story be told. We want to try to cooperate with you to get your story from the other side into our world. Did you choose to stay here after that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's going.
Basement of the Eagle House, right where there's been experiences.
woman's face was seen right here, right? You know?
Okay. So this is the actual area where there was a picture taken of what they believe was a woman in colonial dress. There was an experience from the dishwasher who said he actually seen a full-bodied apparition walk right down this hallway and right into this cooler where Rob's standing. Also, there was a woman down here who was a bartender that said that there was a cooler. When coming to the shot of this thing right here, she said that this thing came out of the wall, and I can't even pull it out. She said it came out like this, and then came after her down the hallway. So that's who we want to speak with. We want to speak with that guy who pushed the cart down the hallway. Can you come over here and communicate with us through our spirit box device? Who are you and why are you still at the Eagle House? Who was it, Dan?
That was Dan.
Who was that? Sir, is that you? Are you the one that pushed that cart? If there's any spirits down here, we want to open a line of communication. We want to give you an opportunity to speak with us. Who's the man that walks around down here? Walked right through this cooler, which at the time, look, okay, basically this whole wall the guy was telling me wasn't there.
No.
He said this was one big room. So this guy's walking through a cooler that he probably has no idea is there.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
It was never there. And you know what's on the other side of this wall?
The tunnel.
The tunnel. Were you going to the tunnel? Alright, so this is our spirit box. We're rolling through our spirit box here. And this is our audio. You see how fast this channel is going.
What was that?
Can you repeat that, please?
Is it a woman?
It sounded female.
That was the same voice, too, as the other time.
Who we're looking to see is the woman whose picture was captured inside this tunnel. That's who we'd like to hear from.
You know, I mean, I was standing right here, right where the picture was
When
taken,
right.
when the woman's voice. This woman was right in here. Okay, now I am literally standing in the spot. You hear that?
Yeah.
Ma'am. Hey, Dan, can you get some K2 or ML over here? Oh. You getting this on film? Alright, so go down and come back up. Alright, now this is the exact spot where this woman was taken. Ma'am, if you are here, would you please speak with us? Who are you? All right, we do want to give an opportunity to anybody that came through this tunnel on the Underground Railroad. Was there any people here that were running for their freedom to escape slavery? You have my permission to come and speak with us now. What was that? All right, let's try to move this back over to the other side where the tunnel opened up. There's a little crawl space?
Yo, that gave me the chills straight up. I love
This is where the tunnel is.
Straight up.
And I'm going to the spirit box right
Yo.
in here.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm
No, I'm
gonna
gonna stay here. Go ahead.
communicate to the spirit box again.
It's your chance.
Yo, that was awesome. That was weird.
There we go.
Can you back up a little bit?
All right, now we have two K2 meters here on the floor, and we want to make sure they're separated from each other, and a millimeter in between, and we are running audio on a 360-degree audio recorder. So earlier, Rob and Lynn and I were here using this equipment with the K2 to, what I believe was direct spirit communication here with an employee of the water mill. So there's really nothing going on here. So this millimeter says that there is 0.0 milligauss. So we want to see if we can indicate spirit presence. So we want to speak with the man who was here before, communicating with us, the employee of the water mill. Are you still here? We do want to invite you back into our circle. Okay. Now, did you see this one went up to orange? How would that go up to?
Like yellow, orange.
Like yellow?
Yeah,
Did they went off at the same time?
Yes, exact same time.
Okay.
There's-
Okay,
yeah,
they're
both
going
down,
on.
yep.
Okay. Okay. So you are here then, correct? Thank you very, very much for making your presence known with us. Okay, so basically what's going on, they've been going off simultaneously. So I want to see if I can get one to go off on the other. All right, so if you are intelligent, you are here, you're present, I want to see if you can make one of the lights go off on just one of the K2 meters. One is a black K2 meter, one is a gray K2 meter. So I'm looking on the gray K2 meter off to my right where my hand is. Can you please make this one go off for me, please? And not the black one. Are you intelligent enough to do that? Just come towards the gray one. Are you aware of any female well, did that just happen?
That was just that one.
That was just that one?
I don't think that one went off.
It didn't.
This thing went all the way up. Did you
Yeah.
see that jump to red? Okay, just so like orange, red, like basically the end of the spectrum, right? Alright. Are you still with us? Are you still here?
Mm-hmm.
You hear the jump? Right here, boom, boom,
Yeah, both of
boom.
them.
Okay, so that's really high, man. Are you aware of any ties of the Underground Railroad to the water mill or the Eagle House? Did slaves come through here to escape slavery? Dude, did you see that? Are there any slaves still here that have ran to their freedom? You know you are free. This one went up? That in itself is weird, because we got three things that measure the same energy sitting next to each other. Okay. So, why did you stop here? I am speaking with the man or the woman from the Underground Railroad who fought slavery all the way from the South, ran all the way up through New York State. Why did you stop at the water mill? Why are you still here?
Are you still trying to hide? Are you waiting for somebody? Somebody from your family here? So you're waiting for your family.
Yeah, right. So the person, this escaped slavery, comes to this place, the watermill. They're being taken care of by Ozil Smith through this connection with the Eagle House and the mill, and she sent word to her family, and she's waiting for the family to still get here. They probably never showed.
Is your family coming soon to meet up with you here?
Good. This is the second time they confirmed their same question. Our investigation of the paranormal phenomena at the Eagle House in the old Red Mill and whether it could be connected to the Underground Railroad suggests evidence to support this theory. With no actual historical documentation on record, is this the best tangible evidence to prove slaves were taken care of by Ozil Smith? Are some of those spirits still here? We hope to find more about the history of these lost souls and do whatever we can to help put these souls at rest. Well, it was built 186 years ago.
Built for Louis' comfort.
Yeah.